Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over a potential wildcard draft for Game Week 13. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, are you playing your wildcard this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So starting things off, these are the goalkeepers and the defenders that I've gone with on a Game Week 13 wildcard draft. So we have Raya and we also have Fabianski. Fabianski's actually just gone up to 4.1. Still the cheapest playing goalkeeper in the game, so definitely worth going for if you are on a wildcard, because 4.1 for a playing goalkeeper with some really nice fixtures coming up as well. After this Arsenal at home fixture, they have Leicester, Wolves, Bournemouth and Brighton. Not like the best fixtures in the world, and you're not really ever going to play Fabianski over Raya, but yeah, it's just nice to have on the bench, especially if you want to play like a bench boost in the near future. So yeah, Fabianski definitely makes the team. Ray is going to be your main goalkeeper though. Seeing that clean sheet was really nice for once, because obviously Arsenal defense has not been incredible lately. But now with the fixture that they've got coming up, West Ham away, which again would have been a good fixture, but they absolutely smashed Newcastle last night, so maybe that's the turning point in their season. But West Ham, United coming up. Again, United looked a little bit all over the place against Ipswich as well. We don't know if they're going to be much better now, because obviously they're going to have more time under the new manager. But either way, I still think that's a decent fixture, because right now, Man United is very much just a I don't know, it's a hard one to explain. Like, they are just a mediocre Premier League side at the moment. I think Roy Keane said that. I think that's what they are. I don't think they are a side that you should really be scared of. Like, obviously growing up with your Rooneys and everything like that, they were just unreal. But now, I don't know. I think that they're a fixture that I don't mind playing double defense against, because they just don't really have that fear factor anymore. But yeah, I think Raya is a solid goalkeeper option going forward. You could always go with the Brighton keeper as well, maybe the Wolves keeper for a little bit cheaper. But Raya playing in the Arsenal defense for 5 point, I think he's actually 5.5 again now. I think he's gone down a couple. He is back down to 5.5, so he did go up to 5.7, I believe, but has had two price drops, which again you'd expect, because obviously they've kept no clean sheets. But yeah, now with the fixtures changing, it might be worth looking into it again. So those are the goalkeepers, Raya and Fabianski. And at the back, we've got Gabriel, Colwill, Van Heck, Aït-Nouri and Hall. So I really like this defence. Again, I don't really want to go anywhere near Liverpool defence, with City and Newcastle coming up in the next 2. They've also got Spurs away in the next 5 as well. The Everton and Fulham game are nice, but I don't think you necessarily need to jump on the Liverpool defence this early. The City defence also looked pretty good as well after the Liverpool fixture in terms of fixtures, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with City at the moment. It's just not really a team that, I can't believe I'm saying this, but City's just not a team that I would target at the moment. And yeah, really weird saying that, but it's just from they've lost 5 in a row. If they lose again midweek, and then they've got Liverpool, they could lose 7 in a row, which is unheard of. But either way, that's why we're not going for a Liverpool defender. But we have Gabriel for that double Arsenal defence. Again, with the fixtures got coming up, really nice double up there. And then obviously you go for maybe an attacker as well, in like Havertz or Odegaard or Saka or something like that. But I really like the Arsenal double up. Also gone Colwill as well. They don't keep the most clean sheets. Again, they were a little bit unfortunate to concede like a 94th, 95th minute penalty in the Leicester fixture. But obviously you don't really need to play him this week, who's got Villa at home, because you can literally play maybe Gabriel, Van Heck, and then either Hall or Aït-Nouri. It's really up to you. Maybe you play 4 at the back, who even knows. But yeah, you've got a lot of options this week. But yeah, Gabriel, Cole makes the team just because the fixtures are really nice going forward. Van Heck also really nice fixtures. Got Southampton and Leicester coming up in the next 3, and then Palace at home. So the next 4 fixtures look really nice. Fulham obviously just got battered by Wolves as well, so do not mind having a Brighton defender at all. Also gone Aït-Nouri as well. Again, fixtures are really nice for Aït-Nouri. I think he's very close to a price rise as well to in fact, he's just had a price rise to 4.8. So yeah, really nice a player to have there. Again, I think he's going to score relatively soon, especially with these fixtures coming up. They are without Semenyo as well, Bournemouth, when they obviously come to Wolves, so that's obviously very nice from a defensive standpoint. And I've also got Hall as well. I just think he's a solid Newcastle player to own. He looks like it's his spot now. Again, the fixtures are kind of all over the place. They've got Liverpool at home coming up, but Palace, Leicester, Ipswich, really nice fixture from a Newcastle standpoint. So just having Hall in the team, I think, is going to be very useful. So there is a slight rotation risk with Hall, obviously, over the Christmas kind of fixtures, but I think the majority of these defenders are all kind of sure starters, and I don't think any of them are really going to get rotated, barring, obviously, Lewis Hall. So that's the back line and the goalkeepers. In midfield, we've gone Rodgers, we've gone Saka, Mbeumo, Palmer, and Salah. I do like this midfield, but I don't mind getting rid of Mbeumo, because I think most people are going to get rid of him after the Leicester game, because his numbers have just been so bad lately. And Brentford as a whole just haven't been ideal. You know, his expected goal involvement, not great. Obviously, in that Everton game, 0.12. In the Fulham game, it was 0.01. Obviously, picked up an assist in the Bournemouth game, which pushed him to 0.34. But I know he's on penalties, and obviously it's such a nice fixture for Leicester, and maybe that's why you keep him for 1 week. But then, I don't know, I think there's probably better options that are going to be much cheaper with better fixtures, because they do have Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Forest coming up, all teams that, you know, are pretty decent. I mean, Villa's off, I guess they're off the gas a little bit at the moment, but Newcastle at home is going to be a tough one. Chelsea away is going to be tough. And then Forest is also a tough one. Don't really concede many goals. I know Arsenal just put 3 past Forest, but that's the most goals they've conceded all season. They are still one of the best defences in the league. But yeah, Mbeumo, and then obviously Palmer and Salah, they have to make the team as well. So I think there is room for change. I've still got 0.7 mil in the bank for this draft, and that could easily be used on Rodgers. You could upgrade to a Smith Rowe or something like that if you wanted to. I'm still fine with having Rodgers. There might be a little bit of rotation around the Christmas period, just simply because they are going to be playing a lot of fixtures. I don't think they're as bad as previous seasons. They are still a lot of fixtures, but I think they're getting a couple more days in between now. But yeah, the fixtures for Rodgers still really ideal, and again, still one of the best assets for his price in the game for 5 point whatever he is for now. Very cheap for a most of the time a 90-minute player in that Villa team, and they'll turn it around as well. They'll come good. Obviously the Chelsea fixture is not easy, but then they've got Brentford, Southampton and Forest coming up, so absolutely fine holding on to Rodgers. Saka, like I say, I think is going to be solid captaincy shout this week as well with West Ham. I know that they've just had a good result against Newcastle, but they did start the game very poorly, and I think Arsenal will definitely capitalise on that. So Saka looks like a really good option. Again, the fixture is just so good going forward for him. Already spoken about Mbeumo. Palmer, like I say, has only got like 1 goal and 1 assist in the last 5, but with the fixtures they've got coming up, I think he's going to go big. I could see him scoring in every single one of the next 5 fixtures, honestly, and he's got Southampton away coming up, which is going to be a massive captaincy that week, because that's when Salah has Newcastle and Saka has Man United. So yeah, Southampton away is obviously going to be really good for Palmer, and then Salah is just, yeah, he's just unreal. I can't remember the last time he didn't get a double-digit haul, honestly. It was a ridiculous, well, 9 points against Brighton, but before that, it was Palace in game week 7. That he's got a double-digit haul pretty much every single week, barring one, and it was 1 point off it. So, yeah, absolutely solid asset to have right now. Best player in the game to own at the moment, and yeah, going to be captain most weeks. You could even captain him this week against City. I honestly think he'll do bits against City this week with how bad they've been and how good Liverpool have been. So we'll see. But either way, that's the midfield. And up top, it is kind of just the template strike force that you'd be expected to see. Kuna for 6.9 mil on penalties, ridiculously good fixture run, really nice there. Nicholas Jackson is on 4 yellow cards, but with the fixture run they've got coming up, if he gets the yellow card against Villa, then you just bench him. You just play Rodgers that week instead, who's got Brentford at home. So it's not the worst thing. You just don't really want him to get a yellow, because obviously the Southampton fixture is after that, and that's the fixture you really want him for. And then also João Pedro as well, on penalties, 5.6 mil, absolutely cheap. You've got a lot of penalty takers in this team. You've got Kuna, João Pedro, Saka, and Mbeumo, Palmer, and Salah. So a lot of penalty takers there. And you could always, you know, upgrade somebody else to a different penalty taker as well if you really wanted to. But I really like the front 3. I don't think you need Haaland at all. He's just been so off it. He's been underperforming crazy. Like, he's probably going to go big at some point, but if you sold him like a while ago, you've not been hurt at all. Like, he's scored 1 goal against Southampton, and that was it. He's been so poor. I mean, City in general have been really poor, but I think the upfront 3 of Kuna, Jackson, and João Pedro much more will equate to much more points than Haaland, and they have done. I mean, Jackson, Kuna, I think all 3 of these actually just got double-digit hauls in the last week. So you could say it's a bit knee-jerky, but with the fixtures they've got coming up, you know, they're all on penalties barring Jackson. I think it's just worth having them and just say bye to Haaland. And you still got 0.7 mil in the bank as well, so you could easily upgrade one of the defenders if you really wanted to. You could maybe make a couple of other changes, then upgrade to like a Pedro Porro, should I say, at the back if you can find the money somewhere. But no, I really like this draft. Again, the only thing that I'm a little bit and ahhing about is really Mbeumo, but I don't mind having him for Leicester. But then after that, you're just kind of locking yourself into a transfer, which is a little bit unideal. But I mean, you could always have Mbeumo, and then you could move to somebody like Bowen, in game week 14 when he has Leicester away, because then he has Wolves, Bournemouth, Brighton coming up. You know, Bowen's got some nice fixtures there, so could be a player that you start to target, but you could also go for somebody like Maddison if you really wanted to. But yeah, that's obviously something that you'll kind of think about later on down the line. But yeah, Mbumo to Bowen in game week 14 is not a bad shout at all. But either way, this is the wildcard draft that I came up with. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 100 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this draft. Are you playing your wildcard this week? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.